Downtown Omaha. I am Tim Kruger, running solo tonight. I don't know where my partners have gone, but they aren't here tonight. Thanks for joining us. Technical difficulty behind us. Usually we see the big, beautiful Bluejay Banter logo. It is not up tonight, but we'll get that fixed. Thanks so much for joining us. Hold on. We got a little feedback here. I'll fix that in a second. Sorry, guys. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. Jeez. This was happening when I run the show. Okay. Thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate all the love on the YouTube channel. We've been growing and growing and growing every day. So hit that subscribe and like button. It helps us out a ton. And what also helps us out a ton is when you participate in the chat. So go down below, make sure you're a subscriber, and then you go down below and you can add your chats about the game, all your thoughts about the game. As we normally do, what we'll do again tonight is we'll give a prize away to the most prolific chatter of the evening and the best chats on our chat. And you will get an autographed cap by hopefully Jasen Green. And then people watching this on replay, we'll give you we've got an autographed cap of Jax McAndrew, so we'll give you that. But now it's time for Coach's Corner, and it is sponsored by CareMinders Home Health Care. When you're in need of care for your injured or ill loved one, reach out to CareMinders Home Health Care. They give you tremendous care. You'll receive versatile, flexible, customized care, and your comfort, peace of mind will be most rest assured be taken care of. They are great. They deal with everything that you have to offer, that you need, excuse me. And so when you are wondering what they have to offer, go to caremindersnebraska.com. Check out all they have to offer. And then when you see the needs that fit what's going on in your life, you can give them a call, 402-932-2211. That's 402-932-2211. All right, time for Coach's Corner. Wow, I don't know. We talked yesterday. It's got to be at least a decade since we have had Jeff Grosselle back in the old days on the radio show, and now we're here on our podcast, on the post-game show. Graduate assistant. Who would have thunk it, huh?
I definitely would have. I would not have.
So when you were playing, so let's get to that right away. So when you were playing, did you did you say, oh, yeah, I want to be a coach? Or?
I mean, I knew I wanted to stick around basketball. I've been around the sport for so long, my whole life, and it's been almost a decade playing overseas, and I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do when I was done, and got a call from John McHugh, and he kind of made his pitch to me, and at first the answer was absolutely not. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to be a graduate assistant.
Perhaps they should have done somebody other than McHugh to do the pitch to you.
He actually had a great pitch, and
well, yeah, I can see that. He was
very convincing, and I was like, you know what? After he made his pitch, I was like, hey, it's actually not a bad idea, but it's still a no. And then he calls again in a couple of weeks and asked again, made his pitch again, and I said no again. But I told him it was growing on me, and talked with my wife about it and told her about the opportunity, and then after a few weeks, kind of just broke me down, and then came in town after my career finished and met with Huss and Mac about it, and here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you think so McHugh goes back. He said no. Call him again. I can just hear the conversation, right?
Well, McHugh is actually one of my best friends. I've went to school with him, obviously.
Sure.
He was a manager.
Sure. That's how long he's been there, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He's been there, 15 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was the right person to call you then, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So let's just get this out of the way first, and then we'll talk about the game. So just catch up the folks where you've been. I know every time we have an ex-player on here, we talk about Europe. It's just here's where I've been.
Yeah. I've traveled all over the world. Played in Germany, Kazakhstan, Russia, France, Italy. I spent 4 years in Poland. I'm now a Polish citizen.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Played for Team USA, played for Team Poland. Been all over. Married now. Wife's pregnant with our second child.
Nice.
2-year-old boy.
Congrats.
Another one on the way. So,
yeah. You and Nesbitt.
Yeah.
Got this going on. So, when you went overseas, like, maybe to the fans, like, who did you run into, like, from the Big East? Like, were there any players?
Oh, everybody.
Yeah.
When I played for Team USA, I played with a strictly Big East team. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
What was the point guard for Villanova?
Gillespie.
Colin Gillespie was our point guard. We had Alpha Diallo, Miles Powell.
Oh, yeah.
Miles Cale.
Wow,
and then I've played against Miles Cale overseas.
I probably wish they had those guys last year.
Yeah. I actually played this season. I was playing Euro Cup, and I actually played against Karam.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so they're talking about possibly getting him. I was like, who? I played against him.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So when you saw so give us a scouting report from back then when you played against him.
I mean, we knew he was in a limited role. He was, the young guy on the team, and their team had a massive budget, and but he was, athlete, can shoot, can block shots. He was known as effort guy, energy guy, and one thing that we see every day in practice is, man, this guy is long and athletic.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. All right, so now, present, future. Before we get to the game, I got to. Well, this is something in mind I got to. So, I got to practice a lot. Jeff is busting his tail down there, and like yesterday, and I've seen him do this a few times. You're working out Alexa.
Yeah. Yep.
And working him hard.
Yep.
And I'm pretty impressed. Sometimes he's scoring over you.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty, and as I watch, like it's a snapshot for me, right? But I'm pretty impressed with the progress he's making. Like from when he stepped on campus and was running this summer versus now. I mean, I see some nice things.
Yeah. He, if you were to take every player from when they first got here until today, at least since I've been here, Alexa is by far and away, I think, the most improved player.
I've heard that before from people.
Yeah. He's made a lot of great strides. He works hard. Every time I text him to say, hey, let's get in the gym, let's get up shots, he's all about it. He's texting me a lot of times, hey, let's get in. And it's a pleasure to work with him. And, he wants to listen, he wants to work. And it helps that, I've played with and against a lot of the people that he's seen overseas. And one of my mentors who coached me for 4 or 5 years overseas actually is friends with his agent. So every time I want to drill or something like that, I'll call Jean Tabak is his name. He actually played for the Rockets. He was Hakeem's backup, played for the Raptors. So I'll call him, and he'll give me advice and give me certain drills that he thinks Alexa can, work on and things that can help him out.
Yeah. What a way to go through life. Just somebody meets you and you go, well, you play in the NBA? I was Hakeem's backup. Everybody would go, oh.
Yeah. He also did another claim to fame was is he did the first ever jump ball for the Toronto Raptors.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yeah.
See, my claim to fame with Hakeem is I've been to maybe a handful. I'm not an NBA guy. I don't. College, yes. I can't do it all, right?
Yeah.
And plus, I watch the NBA and I go, who's that guy? Oh, he was the second guy off the bench for Fresno State. Never heard of him, right?
Yeah.
And now he's scoring 20 a game in the NBA, right? But I went to a game way back when Oklahoma City was back in Seattle. Mm-hmm. So it was Seattle, and it was like the day before this. So it was a playoff positioning game, and saw Hakeem. So that was pretty cool.
What a sight.
I actually saw, here's a better one. I actually saw Hakeem in the Final Four final in Seattle. I was live. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Back in the day, they used to put out a thing like, hey, you want to go to next year's Final Four, you get in this lottery. Mm-hmm. And you get in the lottery, and it was in the Kingdom in Seattle. And you pretty much better bring binoculars because to be able to see the court. But, it was Hakeem against Ewing. talk about how great is that? Huh?
Yeah. I don't think it gets much better than that.
No. All right, so on to tonight. What'd you think?
I think it was good for us. They kind of exposed us in a few areas. We need to work on, one-on-one defending, but we've known that.
Dribble drive. Mac mentioned that yesterday. He's like, they're really good at this, and it's something we need to work on. You know?
But a lot of guys, feel like this is a confidence game, confidence booster for a lot of guys, and I think we need it.
Yeah, I think especially in the offensive end. Right. So we shot the ball like I know we're capable of shooting the ball. Graves, Trout, Fedor, on and on and on. We shot the ball where if you watch, and again, I say practice and people go, oh, yeah, it's practice. Trust me, it's not like when we're going 5-on-5, it's not like the 5 are not trying to guard, okay?
Right.
Because they're going to get a earful if they don't, right?
Right.
And guys are shooting it lights out, and we get in the games. The other thing tonight was we got off to a great start,
right?
Which we haven't been doing,
right?
Right. And I think that just gave the team a lot of confidence,
right? And hopefully some of it's just law of large numbers. As we get deeper into the season, reality's going to show, and the guys that are great shooters and that are great in practice, it's going to eventually show on the court, and I think tonight it did.
I'm going to ask you a question which you can relate back to your day at Creighton, right? We got this squad together, and, I remember we were just a couple of days away from the start of the season, and Mac is sitting up halfway up the seats in the CHI, just watching the scrimmage, trying to go, okay, what am I going to do here, And I kept saying to myself, look, things happen. We knock on wood, we don't want them to happen, but things happen. And you remember back when you were playing, that bench was like 6-7 deep, man, and beyond that was kind of like iffy. And so now, another guy out tonight, Hudson was out. Now at least we've got guys that can fill right in, and we were deep at, it looked like the 4, like, what are we going to do there? Well, all of a sudden, thank God we had the guys we have, right?
It's, next guy up mentality. One guy goes down and the next guy pops right in. And we're very blessed in that way where guys can slide in different areas. Jasen Green can play, 3, 4, 5 basically. Hudson's one of those guys who you can kind of fit in where you need him. Blake, you kind of fit in where you need him. And, it's, the blessing of this team, and hopefully, everybody can get healthy and we can be at full strength when we need
someday.
To be.
Right? Yeah. Well, it gives a guy like Austin Schwartz a chance.
Right.
Right. Because now we're shuffling people down the line, Hud was like a 3-4. Well, when he's out of the game now, we got to have some fill-ins in those spots.
Right.
And it helped with Fedor getting off the bench and knocking down those 2 threes right off the get-go. That something we really need to see out of Fedor.
Yeah. And Fedor, he's I actually saw him play in Italy.
I was going to say you probably ran into him at some point.
He was playing. I played for Fortitudo Bologna at the time, and he was playing against the other Bologna, Virtus Bologna. Sorry, and so I've seen him play for a long time, and he's a really, really talented player, great scorer, and he can really. I feel like he showed tonight. The kind of player he can be. Again, we need to learn how to defend everybody.
Yeah, right. So what on the defensive end, what would you say is our biggest issue there? Like,
at some point, you need to be accountable for yourself. And one-on-one defense, we're just getting beat off the dribble one-on-one too many times, one-on-one in the post. And, of course, we can help. Sure. And we can get better in that area as well. It's a team game. Make sure the rotations are there. Make sure all of that. But if you can stop the initial, initial action where guys driving and you can stop them mano-a-mano, that solves a lot of the problems.
Yeah. And it's kind of interesting, too, because we just got done playing a game where, one of the better point guards in the country.
Yep.
Josh Dix did a fabulous job in him, and other guys did great jobs, too.
Yep.
And tonight, now a little different team. They had 2 smaller guards. I mean, they were undersized, and tonight we saw, I'm sure you were sitting there on the bench going, man, would I have loved to have played a game
Yeah.
in the post with this team out there, because we were just lobbing it up and Freeman's laying it in, or
Yep.
Jasen Green's laying it in.
Yep.
But still a much quicker guard that we haven't maybe seen in a while, actually.
Yeah, those little guards are tough to guard, especially for big guys. We're going to go out and hard hedge ball screens, and it's hard to keep them in front of you. It's not easy, but we have to embrace that and take on that challenge. And on the other end, they're playing small ball and they're giving up a lot on the inside. So it's a game that they're playing, and but it's a tough challenge for us, and we need to be able to accept that.
Right. How do you think the Bigs did tonight?
I thought Owen did good. He was, aggressive, looked to score, which we needed him to be tonight because, obviously they were small. And I think Jasen Green did a great job. Karam's, making steps in the right direction. I think defense,
I really like Karam.
I do too.
Yeah, I really like the energy brings. I mean, he's an elite offensive, something we haven't had in a long time. He's an elite offensive rebounder, really. I mean, he just knows where the ball's going to be.
As a whole, we're statistically a decent offensive rebounding team. I want to say in the top, 60 or something like that.
Which is crazy because usually we're not.
Right. And where we're struggling right now a lot of times is the defensive rebounding end. And I haven't looked at the stats tonight, so I couldn't tell you. But, Karam, I believe, has more offensive rebounds than defense.
Yeah.
And I love Karam a lot, and he's making steps in the right direction. And I think he's going to be a huge asset for us in the future.
And I think just in my memory, circling back to the game, I don't think rebounding was a huge key, obviously because it's a size advantage. But I think you hit it on the head. It was containing the guards. And you mentioned the hedging. I remember one particular play, we came out and hedged, and the guard still got around everybody. Well, when you're hedging and the guard gets around you, you are in a world of hurt.
Right, exactly. That's there's two things as a big that you're trying to prevent. You're trying to prevent the slip or the split, and you're trying to prevent the guard going around you.
Yeah.
Those are your two goals. And taking them to half court, taking them up the right angle. And, with a little guard like that, it's not easy.
Yeah.
But we have to be able to keep that guy in front of you.
And that's your point's taken too, is that normally, like I just think of like over the last 5 years in Big East play, when we do that, the big fear is that ball's coming out of there and it's going to get reversed and somebody's going to have a wide open three. It's not that the dribbler is going to penetrate.
Right. Right.
So tonight was a little different in that regards. But I mean, we knew coming in those two guys basically lead them in scoring. I mean, they're far and away the leading scorers, and that's what they do. They hit threes and they get by people and score. So
well, in the past 5 years as well, we've played a little bit differently. With Kalkbrenner down there.
Absolutely.
He's, kind of anchoring your defense and being an elite shot blocker. I mean, it's 4 or 5 time Big East Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, you can't beat that.
No. And I think gosh, I mean, I'm sure I could come up with some, but this sounds silly because he was 4-time Big East Defensive Player of the Year. But I think for a lot of respects, we took him for granted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there'd be games like, well, geez, he didn't play very strong in the post there. He didn't do this or didn't do that. But there were so many things now we're seeing this year without him, the way he affected the game when he didn't even come close to the ball.
Right.
Right.
And these other bigs, they bring us a different look at things.
Absolutely.
Karam's
we're talking about that tonight with Freeman. We're like with Mast, we're like, okay, I like either Mast or Freeman or Jasen Green. Like we have some options here where maybe the only option we'd have had with Kalk is just he'd have been pulled away from the basket.
Right.
Where this year we've got guys that we don't necessarily, are anchoring underneath. I mean, we're already looking ahead to Nebraska, as you all know.
Yeah.
Now I want to bring that up real quickly because that's been my concern. We have so many new guys. Mm-hmm. Usually, we had Baylor, who, we've had Isaac, grew up in, they know what this is all about. They know to the fan, it's not to the team, this is just one game. To the fans, this is probably bigger than almost every Big East game, right? Because they don't want to hear it all year long from their coworkers, right? Is that like, do these guys really, are they into this yet, or maybe will that build up this week now?
I think it'll build up, and I think they understand the magnitude of it, in state rivalry game, and I'm actually undefeated against Nebraska, and I'd like to keep it that way.
Here's the deal. I'm so glad AC wasn't here because he's out of town. He's out of town tonight. But every time we bring up Nebraska, I go, well, I was undefeated against them.
Yep. Yep. I won't let you forget either. I was there all those years as well.
It's just awesome. It's like, I was undefeated against them. Just let you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That was probably, when I think back, it was probably the most satisfying one. Remember, they had that really good team.
Yep.
I forget, were you a senior that year or not? But Isaiah Zierden was on the team.
Yep.
We went into Lincoln. They were rolling, man. And they was like, oh, man, we're going to. And then we went in there and beat them. That was just, there was nothing better.
Yeah.
That was like the best.
Yeah. And I think that was one of the first years at Pinnacle Bank.
Yes. One of the first. You're right.
And
because they just thought, okay, finally we're going to beat Creighton, and they rolled in there and we took them down. Oh,
yep.
It was so sweet. So I'm sure they're kind of thinking that, we can win 2 in a row now, which is pretty odd that we lost 2 out of 3. But both times I think we had. Well, Kalka was sick the one year, and I want to say last year something was up too. I don't remember, but anyway. So it's Nebraska week. All of a sudden, we flipped the page.
Yep, big week for us, and we've already started prep for them. And
what do you see in them? What do you see from them?
They obviously shoot a lot of threes, high volume 3-point shooting team, and they also give up a lot of threes. They protect the paint well. I think they're one of the best. I think they hold teams like 45% or something from 2, and they also allow the most amount of threes, and I think the entire nation.
So, really?
Yep.
Okay. I didn't realize it was that much volume.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And they also get up on the other end. I think they're one of the only teams in the nation that shoots more threes than 2s. But they're a very good team.
Yeah, they do shoot a lot of threes.
They're a very good team, very talented team. And it'll be a big challenge for us. But I think we match up well with them. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, and I mean, like, if you watch the Oklahoma-Nebraska game, I mean, I was sitting there screaming at the TV. I'm like, well, look, Mass is going to stand up. It's like having Mitch Ballack out there. If you're not guarding him, he's going to make them all day long.
Right.
like
right.
If you're going to let Mass stand out there and not guard him, he's going to make them. You got to have somebody out there guarding him, and he's typically won't shoot them if he's guarded.
Right.
So that's kind of like what we've got to do. Anything else to throw in for Nebraska? You're not going to give away secrets. I know that.
No. And we haven't even. As a staff, we haven't even talked about it. It's just, working on the prep sheets and stuff like that, making sure we have everything ready to meet tomorrow or the following day about it.
I was expecting a little more variation, because while we're talking about our defense, we pretty much got anything we wanted on the offense end, which sometimes hurts your defense. Scoring's coming so easy, you're just like,
right.
I can't wait to get this ball and go down and score again, right?
Right.
I was a little surprised because they have switched up their zones a little bit and done some more. I didn't see a lot of that tonight, which kind of surprised me that they didn't throw something. I guess we're shooting the ball so well.
Right. And they brought out the zone a few possessions and we punished it quick, and then they stopped doing it.
Yeah.
And that's,
That's kind of what you do.
Right. It's kind of how it is when you face a team that plays a lot of zone. If they have success with it early, they're going to go back to it. Yeah. And if you punish it a few times, then it's done.
Yeah, absolutely. What's been the biggest thing, like the biggest surprise to you in this role, like that you thought maybe?
I'm shocked at the amount of work that goes into every decision. I always knew that especially McDermott, put a lot of thought into every decision that he makes, but the statistics behind it, the video behind it, the amount of man hours that just go into a single decision about how we're going to defend a ball screen, how we're going to defend this action. There's a lot of debate that goes on and a lot of work that goes into every decision. And being on this side, you have almost a greater appreciation for it.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. We think we know, but we don't.
Right.
Jeff, it's been an awesome
It's been a pleasure.
conversation. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
That's Coach's Corner. That's Jeff Grosselle, grad assistant. And this is sponsored by CareMinders Home Health Care. If you're in need of care for your injured or ill loved one, reach out to CareMinders today. Our agency is comprised of certified caregivers who have many years of experience to receive versatile, flexible, customized care for your comfort and peace of mind. So give them a call, 402-932-2211. That's 402-932-2211. Or go to caremindersnebraska.com and you can see all they have to offer, and then give them that call at 402-932-2211 and let them know exactly what you need and the type of care you need. You'll be glad you did. And it's time for Player Profile. My buddy Jasen Green's here. How you doing, bud?
Good. How are you doing?
Sorry, I know you got class. I know it's late. Grosselle wouldn't shut up.
I was about to say, he looked like he was yapping your ear
You know,
off.
he's crossing his legs,
right.
and we're getting into a deep conversation here.
I thought it was pretty funny.
All right, man, how's it going?
It's going good. Oh, yeah, let me fix this real quick. It's going pretty good. Pretty happy with the performance. I think we could have done a little bit better on the defensive end, but our offense is starting to flow really well together.
That was great tonight.
Yeah, it was.
That was flowing like we thought. And do you think that's kind of a carryover from the Oregon game?
I think it is, yeah. It's just some confidence that we built from that game to allow us to, just continue working on what we do. And also the practices that we had this week were really good, in my opinion, and especially on the offensive end. So I think that just carried right over into the game tonight.
I remember a particular play. It was like we had a lot of those lobs over the top tonight because of the size advantage we had, and it wasn't there. And you had your guys sealed. Finally, Isaac goes, all right,
yes.
I'll go into the post, get the ball, and then dump it down. And it made it so easy.
I know, yeah.
It was like, okay, there we go. We've unlocked the secret
Right,
there,
yeah.
right?
We were working on that throughout the couple of practices that we had, and it's good that we finally got to it. I'm sealing in there, waiting for him to flash to the high post, and then we finally got it.
Yeah. What was the issue on defense tonight, do you think? Obviously, their two guards are really quick.
Are extremely quick. A lot of their players are super quick, which I think was giving us a little bit of problems. But also, just our secondary defense, I think, needs just a little bit of work on. Like, if we're guarding people that can't shoot the ball as well, then we should be more help side than what we were. And I think that was the biggest thing that kind of caused our problems tonight, was just not helping each other as much as we could have, basically.
Yeah, right. It was good to get off to a great start, right?
Yeah, it was. I mean, having a good start is like really important, especially in games like these, because every team we play against is gonna always fight the hardest they can. So getting off to a good start is just always super important, no matter who it is.
I was talking to Jeff about this, and he immediately goes, "Well, I was undefeated against Nebraska."
Okay.
Well, usually Austin's here, and he brings that up. So and Jeff is like, "Yeah, I wish Austin was here. We could both say it." But I was talking with Jeff about it. Like, we have so many new guys from all over the country. Do you kind of feel like you have to okay, guys, look, yes, it's one game. I think it's a big game. It's against a very good opponent. But trust me, our fans out there, they don't want to hear that chirping for 365 days.
There's a lot
This is a big game.
Yeah.
Have you felt like you had to fill these in guys on this a little bit?
I've started to a little bit. Obviously, like you said, we have a lot of new guys that don't really know the weight that this game carries, just with all of the Nebraska fans, all the Creighton fans, just kind of going at each other to whoever gets bragging rights, basically.
Yeah.
But I mean, throughout these next couple of days, I'm going to let them know how important this game is to us and to our fan base.
Maybe you'll have to pick out some rivalries. Who's Nick's rivalry in Charlotte? Maybe say, okay, this is like this.
Yeah, it carries so much weight.
The positive thing though, in talking with Owen yesterday is Josh and Owen. They know all about it. They know all about it from the football side too. So
that's true.
They know all about it, and I know Josh has had some really good games against Nebraska.
Yeah, he has some really good games. So I'm thinking that he's going to be able to do that.
I'm thinking that he's licking his chops. Like, all right, let's go. We know what this is all about. Yeah. So you survived Vegas.
We did. I mean, it's almost like a curse, man. Like the past couple of years we've gone,
Isn't it really?
Too well.
It's just crazy.
It is, but I mean, I feel like that last game kind of allowed us to build some confidence. I mean, obviously, Oregon is not a bad team at all, and we were able to get the victory against them. And that's just kind of help us. We're going to keep using that as a snowball and just keep doing the best we can.
It seems like every year we lose a player right before Vegas.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
It's just like unbelievable.
It is. I know Steven hurt his ankle, and then Ryan had
the
that
year
issue.
before that, Call got mono.
Yeah, he had mono. Yeah, and then Fred had to play for him the whole time.
Yeah,
It's always something. And then this year's Jackson.
Speaking of Fred and Mason, you kind of keeping tabs on those guys?
Just a little bit. Yeah. They're actually in our film a lot throughout this past week because they have played against Nicholls. So we got to see a little bit of them play, which is pretty cool.
Were you sitting there going, oh, there's Fred?
Yeah, I actually was. I was looking for him on the court. It was pretty funny. It was.
All right, so what are you looking forward to? I mean, this probably be your last time over at Pinnacle.
It should be.
Which we've had, oddly, we've had success there.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like the opposite way around.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm really looking forward to that game. I mean, I played there in high school a lot, which was really cool. And then I had that one experience my sophomore year. Or no, my freshman year playing there. I didn't really play too much, but I'm really excited to, be on the floor in that type of environment because they really pack that place out whenever we come down there.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to seeing how we react to that and how we,
Now, do you like in the old days, we used to have the summer league where everybody played against one another. Do you guys play against those guys in the summer much anymore? That's kind of gone away.
Yeah, not really. I mean, there's like a couple like professional runs that we do sometimes, not like as a whole team, but just like individual.
Individual guys.
Play there, but I haven't really played against any of those guys throughout the summer yet. So
that's kind of weird. It's kind of a weird dynamic because they used to always. They'd come over here and play in that summer league, and Creighton would be over there, and then you guys would do pickup games and blah, 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 blah. And that's kind of all gone.
It has. It actually has. I think it just has to deal with the fact that we're in the gym a lot more, just like working on ourselves with our coaches.
I mean, the seasons have changed, right? I mean, you used to not be able to. I was talking to people that played for Altman, they go, we'd show up August 1st. Yeah. The first time we hit a ball since April, I'm like, so this is like dead week, right?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I still have classes to go to. I have class tomorrow and a couple presentations that I have to do. But, I mean, only have 2 finals next week.
That's nice.
That's really nice,
That's nice.
I feel like
so you'll be free. You have them early in the week?
I got one on Monday and one on Wednesday. So
okay. There you go. Then you're open up after that.
I'm all done.
All right, we might be hitting you up for a little extra duty.
That'll work. That'll work with me.
Okay, so what's the practice schedule heading up to Nebraska? You guys get a day off in between, or are you going straight through?
We have a day off tomorrow.
Okay.
So just to get our
and then there you
stuff.
go.
And then
coaches will be drawing up the game plan.
They will, yeah. We're going to start early just to make sure everybody knows what we're doing, how we're guarding, how to attack their defense and stuff like that. But
you're hyped for it, I can already tell.
I'm so excited. It's a really fun experience too, and I know a lot of people that go to that school too. So
all right. Let me get you so you can get into bed, get off your feet, and rest up for the rest of the classes. Thanks, Jason. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
That was sponsored by RTI Threads. Go to rtithreads.com. Check out all they have to offer. They've got tons of great Creighton gear. I saw my buddy Mike had one on tonight. A great quarter zip he got from RTI Threads. It looked fantastic. They're also the exclusive apparel provider of Bluejay Banter. And today, I don't have mine on yet, but today we received our brand new Bluejay Banter quarter zips, which look awesome. These guys aren't here, so I think I'll give them away to somebody else. But check out rtithreads.com and all they have to offer. It's Christmas, so go there and do your Christmas shopping. Okay, we really want to thank Jason and Jeff for being with us. That was awesome. Let's just run down the stats real quick. I've got them pulled up here, I believe. Here we go. So the Jays, if you're wondering what they shot, we shot 61% for the game, 50% from three, 17 of 34. So we made 17 threes tonight, perfect from the free throw line. So from an offensive metrics standpoint, it can't get much better. Really shot the ball well and only shot it 7 of 17 in the second half. So we're on fire. Defensively, though, they shot 45.9%, 46% from the field. So that's not very good. They're not a very good three-point shooting team, but tonight they shot 50%. So, I think that was a virtue of us collapsing as they drove the paint. And they were 11 of 16 from the free throw line. Leading scores for the Jays tonight. We had, dun, 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 right at the top, Mr. Jasen Green, 14 points. We had 3 guys with 14 points, and somebody mentioned that we haven't had a guy hit 20 yet, which is amazing to me. Jasen Green, 20. Owen Freeman, 20. Josh Dix, oh boy. Jasen Green with 14. Owen Freeman with 14. Josh Dix with 14. Nick Graves hit 3 or 4 threes, got 11 points. Isaac Trout, 3 or 4 from 3, had 9 points. Fedor, 2 of 4 from 3, had 8 points, so we had a nice going there. And off the bench, Austin Swartz with 11 points, people. What a nice game there. Rebounding, we had Nick Graves with 6, which is nice to see. Jasen Green was 6. What a line for Nick Graves tonight. 4 of 5 from the field, 3 or 4 from 3, 6 rebounds, 11 points, 7 assists, and a steal to go along with 2 turnovers. A tremendous effort by Nick Graves tonight. It's kind of 2 games, in my mind, 2 games that Nick has stacked up together. So that's really, really, really good. Rebounding-wise, we had a big dominating edge on the rebound, 35-23, but that, as Jeff and as Jason spoke to, was not the problem. We needed to, play better defense and prevent them from getting to the hole as easy as they did. But 96 points tonight. That's a winner. If you're keeping track, Jays went way over the total of 172, and then Jays eked out the cover by a half point, and that's why there was 300 people left in the stands the last 5 minutes. They were all gamblers hanging out, making sure that the cover stayed put. All right, that's it for the stats. Unsung hero. Well, we've had a vote. We're going to get to chats here in a second. We've had a vote for Liam McChesney because of all he's gone through, getting those 2 points at the end with the slam dunk. And I'm going to give it to Liam. That was a really cool play, and excited for him and excited for everything he does for the team. So congratulations, Liam. You're the unsung hero. Worst call of the night. Yeah, there was a few of them. I thought, there was one in the first half. There was one, but when it's a 20-some point game, there's not a lot of them. I thought, finally they started calling some of the holding that we were getting down low, which was definitely needed to be called. And then I thought sometimes they let the physicality go and other times they didn't. And it was kind of inconsistently called in that route. Okay, let's get to the chats. We had AJ's 1227 said, "Go Jays. How do we feel about the next game?" I think Jeff and Jason answered that. All's about rank master is very good. He's good when you leave him wide open. I mean, he's a good player anyway, but I mean, when he's especially good when you leave him wide open, and you gotta kind of guard him. Make sure you got somebody out there at the 3-point line, which this year we don't. Other years they would pull Kalk out away and then try and do their thing underneath the hoop. Well, this year it's a different dynamic underneath there, so maybe that will be in our favor. Martin says, overall, still stuff to worry about on defense, and Nebraska, while they like to clank it, ain't Nicholls. The best part of the night was watching shooters see the ball go in, and that was neat, and I totally 1,000% agree with that. And because of that, Martin, you're going to be our chatter of the game, and you're going to win an autographed cap by Mr. Jasen Green, who was just here, so congrats, Martin. And that's about it. So I want to thank our guests, Jeff Grosselle, Jasen Green. But a couple things. So first of all, Nebraska game obviously on Sunday on FS1. And then we will do the post game. We will have your interaction. You can join us on the show. It'll be our from our podcast server. So we won't be here. We'll be doing it remotely. So you can join our show. So make sure you do bluejaybanter@gmail.com. More exciting, as much as excitement will be around the game, we're going to have a great event a week from tomorrow night, December 10th. Okay? Going to be another one of these infusion events that we had last year. These were a huge success. And everybody loved them and wondering when we're going to do them again. So December 10th, we're going to do it. We haven't got quite the roster of players. We're going to have both women and men players there, as well as some coaches. So come on. We'll do kind of a Q&A with them. RTI Threads is co-sponsoring the event along with Infusion. So they will be there selling merchandise. They'll be selling the team jerseys of the players that we have there. So you can grab one, go over to their table, get them to autograph it. What a great Christmas gift, right? And we'll also be doing interviews with the players and coaches. You'll get to meet them all. Great beer, great food. Come on out, and we're going to have some special giveaways. We're going to have a raffle. We've got a couple special items we're going to raffle off as well. So check that out. So all you need to do for that is just go to bluejaybanter@gmail.com. Send us an email saying, hey, I got 4 people coming. Doesn't cost anything to get in. We just want to know, and we will, if you do that, we will give you some drink tickets so you can get a good start on the evening. All right? You're going to love the event. It was fantastic last year, and we can't wait to do it again. So we thank you, RTI Threads. Thank you, Infusion, for helping us out with that, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And then we got the Nebraska game Sunday. Then the following Saturday is our next home game, and I want to point out something that we'll be talking a lot about in the coming days about that is RTI Threads is doing a special pregame over at the Hilton right across from the arena, and we are going to be there kind of emceeing the whole thing. We're going to do some of our fun trivia games that you've seen us do on Bluejay Banter today and so forth. So you'll want to show up live down at the Hilton. There'll be drink specials, food. We're going to have tons of giveaway. RTI is going to be there for not only merchandise for purchase, but we'll do some giveaways with their merchandise as well. And we'll try and get some celebs to show up down there as well. And then we're going to do some fun trivia things where you can win fabulous RTI prizes and other things as well. So, hey, thanks a lot to everybody for joining us. Caleb, you're the man. Thanks for putting this all together. And we will see you tomorrow morning on Bluejay Banter today when we do the morning after show where we recap the game. And then also, obviously, next Sunday after the Nebraska game. Let's go. It's the big week of the year. We got to get it done. Go Jays. We'll see you tomorrow.